Now,
Thank you so much.
definitely,
Thank you.
definitely, no problem at all. Now, let's talk about the arts for a second.
All right.
All right, I'm on the website here again. If you want to follow, take this virtual tour with me on the website, y'all. It's CiroForDelaware.com. That's CIRO, CiroForDelaware.com. And Ciro for the Arts, a plan to sustain the arts that sustains us and contribute to the quality of life for every Delawarean. Tell us a little more about that, please.
I will, and so just going back to the idea of giving a voice to those who don't have a voice,
Okay.
who generally are forgotten in society, those that actually give us quality of life, the arts community, from community theater to more professional, like our symphony or opera, or just local bands who who have a dream. Okay, the arts make us who we are. And speaking of the arts, I just want to give a shout out to the person who brought me here today. Okay, Ivan Thomas, DETV. Thank you, my friend. And one of the pieces of the arts is, don't you think we ought to have a statewide television station? I know, Ivan, you're going to lead the way with that, and we're going to need your help too.
Okay.
All right, you're going to
No
be a
doubt.
part of that vision.
No
Fair
doubt.
enough. Okay.
Exactly.
What we want to do in the arts is simple. First of all, we give our props and kudos to Governor Markell and First Lady Carla Markell, who have been such champions of the arts, and they have increased the funding for the arts, in case you didn't know that.
Okay.
And so we thank them. And the question is, as I told the arts community, do we want to go back? Because as soon as they leave, you know, all the knives are going to be out to get
Right.
at that money.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm going to be the guy who's in Dover saying, no, you're not going to get at that arts money. That's for the arts. Okay, we're not going to take a step back.
Okay.
All right. Second thing we need to do, and I need your help on this. I need your help. I need everyone. I need DTV's help. Is we have to change the mentality that there's nothing happening in Delaware, that there's nothing happening in Newark, there's nothing happening in Wilmington. There's lots of things happening. And once we change that mentality, then people start looking for things. And when they start looking for things, they realize, yes, there is so many wonderful things out there. Okay? And the third piece of this plan is that we need to bring more film and television production to Delaware.
Okay.
I know how to do it. I've done it before. I have a background in the professional arts. As you mentioned, I had my debut in 30 years ago this month in a film called Lucas, starring Charlie Sheen, Winona Ryder, Corey Haim, myself. It was a 20th Century Fox film, and I had a good career acting, directing, producing, and I know how to bring film projects, television projects to Delaware. And you know when that happens? That we bring jobs, but we also bring quality of life. There's an excitement about it. And then people start seeing our state and they say, I didn't know that was Delaware. I didn't know that was Newark. I didn't know that was Wilmington or Dover. Wow, maybe I want to visit there. It has an infectious sense, and we can do this. You know, Mario Cuomo, you remember that great guy, Mario Cuomo? He once told me, I was directing him in a commercial, and he once said to me, where are you from, kid? I said, Delaware. He said, you know what Delaware has? It has everything. Delaware has everything except the desert. That's true. We've got the urban, we've got the suburban, we have Mount Cuba, we have the ocean, we have the beaches, we have small town Newcastle, we've got a university town, we have everything. And not just everything, but if you go to New York, you're 6 hours away from everything.
Right.
In Delaware, you're 2 hours away from the beach, from a college town, from downtown. We can do it, all right? And when we start bringing film and television here, what happens? Jobs and infectious quality of life. All right, I'm starting to have you guys believe. You're starting thinking, who is this Zero Properties? What is this guy's name? Yeah, maybe I should listen to this guy, because he has a plan and he has the background. And don't forget one thing, and I say this braggingly, is humility. You got to have hat in hand. You can't be down a bull in a china closet to get things done. You got to just let things flow. And if you're passionate and you have your shoulders down, things will flow.
Okay, cool. So now,
Yes, sir.
Again, you know, every time we talk about anything, a lot of times, especially politics, money becomes, you know,
Right.
always because
Do you have any?
you need them, right? Do you? I'm looking at AC. You know, you can let me hold something. So now, when we talk about money, talk about the arts. What happens now is, you know, and I'm gonna, you know, role play a little bit. Let's say I'm Joe Schmo, I'm a resident. Let's say in the city of Wilmington, and I hear you talking about all this art stuff. And I'm like, who the freak cares about the arts when, you know, we had this this quote unquote crime problem in the city of Wilmington and beyond. You're talking about spending money on these arts and TV production and blah blah blah. Why don't you should be advocating to get this money spent on increasing our police force and cutting down these murders and things of that nature? What do you say to that person?
Well, I'm not saying spend more money.
Okay.
I'm not saying, one of the things as Lieutenant Governor, we already have a portion of money set aside for the arts. I'm not saying spend more.
Okay.
I'm just saying as Lieutenant Governor, I'm going to hold the defense when they come after that money that's already allocated for the arts. Okay? All right? And the second piece of that is what I'm trying to do. One of the ways you solve our crime issue, not just in Wilmington but statewide, is you focus on jobs, because people are committing crime. Why? Because they don't have a job. If they had a job, if they had a sense of worth, if they had a place to go every day and a path, they wouldn't be committing a crime, right?
Okay.
I know it's a lot more complicated than that, all right? We need a couple of more hours to get into crime versus drugs versus opportunity versus education versus breaking the pattern, all right? That takes a 2-hour conversation. But just as a simple answer, arts can be a pathway to jobs, okay? And yes, I definitely get the issue of crime in Wilmington. You know why? Where am I from? Where am I born and raised? Where was I educated? Wilmington. And you know what? I'm mad. I'm mad when I go down my old street, Maryland Avenue, at night, coming from my office and see it drug ravaged, see it with prostitutes and pimps. And I'm crying, saying, and that's why I say, well, Ciro, do you want to be part of the solution? Or do you want to just continue to yell and scream? I want to be part of the solution. I know we can't get into my whole crime plan, my whole how we're going to attacking drugs, but I just want to say I get it, because this is where I grew up. This is where I belong, and I don't like what I've seen.
Definitely.